Because now, if our women, our wives go to farm, they rape them, at times they even set them ablaze. Me in particular, I paid ransom 3 times to Fulani herdsmen. They kidnapped my elder sister. They've also kidnapped 2 people from this palace. Even last month, I paid ransom also. To even sleep in this place is by the grace of Almighty. To even access this road, you need to get security. So that's a major problem. Me as John Ojo of Uzea, I no longer want Fulani in my forest. Let me also use this medium. Since the chiefs are here, they should go back home and ask questions. Anybody who have a hand in Fulani, stay in any part of Uzea forest. If I discover, I will drop that chief immediately. Because my people cannot be suffering, and some people will be somewhere enjoying, taking money from these people for us to be paying ransom. They will kidnap us, keep us in our own land, we'll pay ransom. We are tired. I don't have a hand in Fulani, and anybody in Uzea who have a hand in Fulani should, with immediate effect, tell them to leave. If you know them, tell them to leave Uzea. State government. Us in Uzea here, we need security. We need security. So that one day we will not wake up and find out it's only 2 people that is remaining in this whole kingdom. Because the only police station we have here, they don't have manpower. Without the local hunters here, they cannot even effect any arrest. And most of the schools, like I said before, they are not in good shape. Even the one here, the one in front of my palace, that one is very bad. Even the new one, they don't have any furniture inside. They are not using it. So we are pleading. We are pleading they should come to our rescue. We'll be very glad if they can answer us.
Now, this will be an expository session of the Nigerian states. We shall expose so many atrocities going on in the Nigerian states. Do you know the recent attack in Edo, Uromi in Edo State? Ask yourself, these people, they say they are travelers. They are Fulani travelers going from one state, going back to their state in Kano or maybe Kaduna to celebrate the Ramadan. But have you asked yourself, how is it that they were captured and buried? If they were just traveling, who are those that mount roadblocks? Are they not the military persons? Now, for clarity of the news, information getting to us is that there are local security people who mounted checkpoints, and then they had or they got, intelligence report that these people are moving with their arms, possibly going to attack in another community. And they laid a stop and search. The people who laid the stop and search are the Edo people, community police, the community security. And when they got hold of these people and began to ask questions, one of the Fulani guys took out his dagger and made an attempt on one of the security personnel. That was when the whole thing broke out, and the Edo security men dealt with, buried many of them. Now, you could see that their action was out of 1, intelligence report, and 2, self-defense. Because if that Fulani man hadn't acted in the way he did, they would have just arrested them and taken them to the nearest police station. But he made an attempt on one of the security men, and having seen this, their only option is to defend themselves before the other ones could be able to pick up their guns. Now, I want you to to listen to something. This will open your eyes further to what is happening in the country. Listen to this woman.
Nigerian journalist Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talks Media. It's Sunday, the 24th of November, 2024. Let's talk about this urgent alert I'm getting from Delta State on the border next to Edo State. That whole area of Delta and Edo is a food basket region. I'm getting information that a lot of the Fulani herdsmen militia have moved into the forests over there, especially in the Delta side. Many of them have been pushed into the forests because of the neighboring communities. They don't want them. Be very aware of your surroundings if you're in Delta, if you're in Edo, around the border villages. What's happening now, at least what I know right now, is that a woman was almost kidnapped there just last week, and she lost her phone. And you have to be very, very alert because they have weapons. They even injured and hurt one of their own that had to be amputated. And I'm hearing that there's a lot of fear in the communities. People can't go out for ordinary firewood. They're scared. This update is not to scare anybody or to put fear into whole communities. I'm not in Nigeria. I don't live in Nigeria anymore, but I'm a journalist and I'm an investigative journalist, and I give alerts globally. Okay, I have been talking for the past 3 days about the situation in Igbo land. These guys are fighting the farmers in the bushes. There's a lot the federal government is not telling you. The former Chief of Army Staff, General Agbacha, he was always in the bushes. He was always in the forest. What did he see in the forests? Did he see anything that he shouldn't have seen? He's dead. There's nothing we can do over there. But there's a lot of questions to be answered, and we're not going to get answers to them. But know that there are Fulani militias in the forest of where you live. I've already told the Igbos that. Okay, when there's a killing, they'll say it's IPOB. It's not IPOB. IPOB is not a killer group. This was modeled carefully in the Buhari administration to push all killings to people who are advocating for Biafra. Be very careful, be aware of your surroundings. If you have a phone, take it with you. Be able to contact people. Don't go out in the dark. There's just so many warnings.
Now, this woman, after saying all that she had to say by exposing the activities of the Fulanis in every part of the southern Nigeria, she went further to say something. She said the former general that was there, that is dead now, General Agbacha, she said that he was always in the bush. That did he see what he was not supposed to see? Did he see what he was not supposed to see? What is it that a military general, a chief of the army staff, is not supposed to see? That is to tell you there are things that these Fulani people who are in your bushes are doing that the government is fully aware of and in support of them. Do you know that the people of Edo were crying, and they even went to the governor and cried and laid complaint that the Fulanis are attacking them? But nobody said anything, nobody did anything, the police did not react, nothing. But immediately these people reacted. All the arms of government stood up. The governor stood up. The police stood up. They started making arrests. But when these people were complaining, nobody made any arrest. Do you know that a Amufu today has been taken over by the Fulani? The Amufu forests have been taken over by Fulanis. And do you know that helicopter is dropping there and leaving that forest? Ask ask yourself question. What is helicopter doing in a Amufu forest? Who has the potential, the power to continue to fly helicopters in the land, if not the cream de la cream of the country, the top people in the echelon of power? Open your eyes. You must fund your liberation forces to deal with these people. You don't know the reason why Musa continued to cry when PM was here. Because all their plans were truncated. And somebody currently, because the PM is no longer there, wants to break the Biafra Defense Forces. Instead of you to say, no, Madam Ngozi Orabueze, you must allow these defense forces to work as they have been working. You support her. And my prayer is, may it not be late before you realize yourself. Now listen to this man. Another confession he is going to give.
Internet does not forget, we have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person.
So will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you?
I don't care. I don't care. And my colleagues, they know me. Those people that listen to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than individual. That is the issue. This country is bigger than individuals. Buhari will come and go. Eliminating me or killing me will not solve the problem. And will not add value. But he will come and go. And somebody must come and repair the damage to the psyche of this society. The damage to the polarization, to the nepotism that I've never seen in my life. I work with all these presidents. This is the worst situation I've found myself. And believe me, internet does not forget. I was part of the people that helped to bring Buhari to government because I believe in him.
Have you worked with the government after that?
After
you helped bring the government?
Oh, of course, I worked with him. We brought him in 2015, and I work as the Deputy Director of Defense Administration. And we have a lot of hope in him. And we actually are ready to do anything for him. What he has turned out over the years is shocking to us. I was in Harvard in 2014, in December, when the Department of State Services and CIA and others were contemplating about Buhari and other aspirants. I know what we did to convince the American government that the only person that can come and put this country right is Buhari. That was before the Lagos, APC, before they chose within.
Right.
And that was how Tinubu came in. We know what we did, but what he has done in the past 6 years is shocking. It's unprecedented. And it should not be allowed to be swept under the carpet because the damage to the psyche of this country is monumental. When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country. And it's a mindset.
Good. There are two important things he mentioned here. That he was part of those who convinced the American government to believe that Buhari was the Messiah. Now you ask yourself, what is it that the American government is involved in that Nigeria will go and take words or approval from America before they can now say this person will be the next president? That is to tell you that your votes do not count. Because if they go to the American people to convince them that this person is going to be the next president, they have already known that this person is going to be selected. So whatever you do in the polls is nobody's business. Do you see why it is very important that you must put serious heat in Biafra land? Make it very uncomfortable and ungovernable for all these politicians and the police and military in Biafra land before anybody can give you a listening ear. And do you see why it is very important that America must support Biafra, must give recognition to Biafra? But Simon Ekpa said we need recognition. Because Orabese said you don't need American recognition. That is because she is working for the Nigerian government. Whether unknowingly or knowingly, whether she is aware or she is not aware, but her actions and inactions is in support of what the Nigerian government wants. Because it is clear, very clear, that the PM said, we are going to do transition of this government. We are going to begin transition after declaration. Immediately, the United States of America give recognition. So the caveat is that United States must recognize Biafra. Then we now move into transitional phase. Now, he said something else. The second thing is that they want to turn the country into a Taliban type of country. What do you know about Talibans? Oh, my people. If you don't understand what these Fulani headers are doing, they are connected to ISWAP. They are connected to the terrorist organization of the world. Hi. Their plan is not just only Biafra land or Nigeria. Their plan is West Africa in total. They want to take over West Africa. Open your eyes, my people. You must support your liberation forces and give them all that is needed for them to fight. Not somebody who will be given a government agent like Caterpillar and think that Caterpillar, after sabotaging PM Simon Ekpa and Biafrans, will now come out to work for you. You ask her, are you working with Caterpillar? She said Caterpillar has a right to defend. What defense is Caterpillar doing? Caterpillar who defrauded the Biafran people? Caterpillar who is a boy of Ikengurago and Chinasamuru. And these people are working hand in hand with the government of Nigeria. What else? You are practically, if you are under Gozo Rabeze, you are practically giving her money to give to Chinasamuru and Ikengurago. Because Caterpillar is their boy. And little wonder why when I will do this exposition later. I will do it later. But for now, Biafrans, open your eyes. It is Biafra first.